Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is the Rant. And today, it is time to address the big, stinky, old, ugly elephant in the room and address the SUNO cope. So let's go, baby. Hi, welcome to the show. My name's Jade, and this is the Rant. And of course, I hope you doing okay. That was way too close. What's going on there? That's better. Anyway, here we are, SUNO, Warner. Man, lots of stuff going on in the AI world. Well, it's not really the AI world. I don't care about that stuff, really. Who cares? I want to talk more about the record labels and how they continue to be the mafiosa, as they always have. Some things just stay exactly the same. That's how it is. It's never changed. It's always been this way, and the mafiosa are still controlling the music industry. And if you're writing music, they just don't give a fuck about you. And that's you, me, the people who make stuff, who care, who there's some things which I'm going to show later which just make me laugh so much. The cope is hilarious. It is, and you could say this is cope as well too. Isn't everything cope these days? I don't know. Hello to those who are here early. A great example, Forest of the Wolf, Professor Boomer. Hello. If you're lurking, I'll lurk away. Gary Hubbs with the eyes, all the eyes. Gary Hubbs. Hello. So, Jamie Lynn, boom, Dave Bobs, boom. G'day, Dave Bobs, Hambo Hounslow. Hello to you as well. Woo! So, we're going to kick things off with, it's not going to be a shit sandwich, but the big thing first we have to talk about before any of this mafioso-style music labels and all this stuff, and SUNO and what it means to people who are prompting and all this nonsense. The impact of generative AI on this world. We have to talk about this first because it is the shit sandwich. It is the thing. It's real. I know you can disagree with my beliefs on this and all that, but listen, I live in Australia, right? One of the harshest environments in the world, one of the oldest continents in the world, right? With still such a steep indigenous history and all this stuff. A very harsh country here, right? The center of Australia, with the size of America, and the center of Australia is just harsh desert. And all around the coast is where we all live, right? Enjoying the beaches and the sun and the surf and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, there used to be this thing called seasons. I don't remember seasons, remember them? And I'm not talking about the stuff you put on your chips and your food. I'm talking about the 4 things that come around each year. They normally run in like 3-month cycles. Seasons. Remember them? They were a thing of the past, like skateboards. Jenny Jolivet, she remembers seasons. Well, they no longer exist. I'm sorry to break it to you. There are no more seasons, right? And follow me with this. There's a point, all right? There always is a point. This very circular gets around to the right place where I need to go because Hugh Caldwell's here and he makes everything better. Thank you, Hugh Caldwell, for being here. But seasons, they're gone. It's meant to be summer here in Australia. It's been summer for a freaking almost 2 months, it feels like. But it's not. Where is summer? It's gone. It is absolutely gone. Yesterday, we had hailstorms. Hail this big. And it lasted for 4 minutes. It lasted for 4 minutes, then it was gone. Then the sun came out for a cheeky 10 minutes, gave us a glancing blow, and then it said, I'm out of here. Here's a little bit more rain. In fact, here's some flash flooding. Yay! Flash flooding. Awesome stuff. Yeah. Well, that was another 10 minutes of how much rain that just came down there and just is gone now. Right, seasons. There is, we are having weather impacts, right? And then whether you want to say it's like due to what we do here or the sun and the way it reacts with the way it sends CMEs to us, and our magnetic pole shift is moving around at the moment, and our little shield around our planet's getting weaker and weaker. And you know what? It's all the above. It's all of it. We have a part to play as well too. And you kind of think, well, what can we do? We're just, we just like do things. We make generative music. What can we do? We can do a lot. We as a species have done so many things that are incredibly powerful and amazing, and we've done things that are incredibly barbaric. Remember, like Auschwitz? It's not beneath us to do some pretty fucked up and pretty good shit, right? As a collective when people come together. So no matter what your politics or any of this nonsense is, I think you can see that shit's changing. And I'll tell you what's not a good idea. If you've ever like worked in a kitchen and a fire starts in the kitchen and it's an oil fire, you don't go over and like go, hey, let's just pour some water on it, do we? You don't. You just don't do it. You put a fire blanket on it. You kind of be preventative. So there's that, right? Let's get that out the way. Rhett is in the house. Who knows? He may be here in 2 minutes under a different nickname. We don't know. And we'll have to try and work it out and play Bop the Red on the head. But good to see you, Rhett. So that is actually happening, right? And then when you take into account the amount of energy and water it takes for somebody to prompt a song or an image or any of this stuff, it's a lot, right? And when it's done on this massive scale of people just... And we're going to talk about my journey as well with AI and thumbnails and stuff because the stats are in, man. And, but we'll get to that. The energy, the consuming the amounts of energy and water to just cool these fucking graphics cards. Remember when NVIDIA made graphics cards so you could sit there and play Spider-Man on your computer? Yep. Well, now NVIDIA are just a billion, trillion, bazillion dollar company that are floating these same chips, the same little graphics cards, and companies are buying them to do this stuff. In fact, hang on, rewind, have some coffee. That'll slow me down a little bit. Joe Glenn, hello to you as well. So the environmental impact is absolutely fucking huge. And in America especially, like they are building data centers like there's no tomorrow. And it's actually affecting small towns, very small towns who have really old, outdated infrastructure. Because guess what? As people, for all the great things we can do, right? For all the great things we can do, there's a lot of shit things we can do as well. And this is one of them. And I'll tell you, one of the things is we don't kind of update our infrastructure very often. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the way, you know what? Advancements. Look what we can do. We can deep fake somebody like eating chips. We can bring back Chris Benoit from the dead, a mass murderer, and put him back in a WWE ring with Sora. But we can't work out our fucking infrastructure. We can't fix roads and we can't fix the energy and do all this kind of stuff that like would possibly benefit us, right? So we're pretty piss poor with that. Yeah, the whole human population Earth could fit in Hawaii, possibly. So we're not really good at this. And these data centers are draining water, energy. So this is why at the moment, right, our magnetic poles are moving. If you follow this stuff, it's literally moving across the earth. This is a thing that has happened many times before. We've had pole flips. Probably, we don't remember this shit, but... And our magnetosphere is weak, and we're seeing northern lights like no tomorrow when we're getting hit by these CMEs and incredible science. We have incredible technology, right? We have cameras around the fucking sun. Can you believe that? We can see the sun, we can see these CMEs, and we can see them coming towards us. And, we're quite clever with some of this stuff. But when it comes to infrastructure, we're totally batshit stupid, and our energy grids are just so way behind. So when we get hit by these solar flares... and CMEs and our power grids can't deal. So what better way to put more strain on those? Let's build AI data centers. What could go wrong? So obviously the point I'm trying to make here is this shit is just, is it necessary even to have this shit? I don't think so. I think what it's encouraging is, think about this. We live in a world where, can you imagine people now having to go to I know this is a little tangent here, going to a video store, a VHS video store or DVD store, hi Chris Lane, and Studio 6+1. Can you imagine, right, going to a DVD store or a VHS store and going to get the latest movie and it not being on the shelf? Can you imagine people, like current humans now, having to cope with, oh my God, that video's not in stock. I need to have it now. Because people are fucked up, man. They need everything fucking right now. If I can't have it fucking in 2 minutes, I'm gonna lose my shit. We've become a very fucking. I just want it now, and I don't want to like learn anything to get there. I don't want to have to put any effort. I just want it now, and if I can't have it, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking let everybody know how pissed off I am about this thing I can't have right now because I am the center of the fucking universe. We've become really fucking like social mediaized, you know. Look at me with my dinner. Look at me, I cooked chips. And they're fucking chips. People have been making them for a fuck. What do you want, a medal? It's kind of like, you know, Muttley from Catch the Pigeon. Medal. Everyone wants a fucking medal, don't they? You know? I made chips, but that's it. And this need, right, to have everything now, to have everything yesterday, everything on demand, and I want it, and I don't have to fucking learn to do this thing, has given us this generation of, where we're heading with SUNO, and I don't need to learn how to make music or anything. I can just do this. Musicians suck. And it comes in here too with like fixing problems. Right, fixing the infrastructure and stuff. Oh, but everything's working now. I don't need to worry about that. There's no like future proofing or anything like that because everybody's just thinking like the self and now and all this kind of stuff. These are other broader problems that we have to deal with. We have to deal with them at some point. And then like moving on from this, right? So the energy consumption, the self-absorbed, fucking want everything yesterday. Then you come down to, well, I don't know, if you can't see it's going to happen, then I don't know, you're not paying attention. And guess what? There's a lot of people not paying attention right now. And they think they are, right? They think they are. They may be attached to QAnon or something. And they're like, oh, I'm following the breadcrumbs. Yeah, okay. Fucking, can you follow the breadcrumbs on an island, like off the planet somewhere on Mars? Can Elon hurry up and get you lot fuck off? And so we can like sort out real things, because here we are with the big problem of the AI bubble and the financial infrastructure that is being built around this fucking vaporware. It's what it is. And it's happened before, right? Nothing's new under the sun, right? We've been here. We've been here before. We've been here fucking in the 1800s. We've been here in the 1900s. We've been here and we've seen fucking the .com crashes. We've seen the housing bubble crashes, and we've seen, and we're seeing the build up to this AI crash. And this is what happens when, I don't know, you just start making money and all this kind of stuff. Lunacy, right? Remember, money used to. Well, money started off pretty much where it's at now. Yeah, just trust us. It's just it's an IOU. It's all good. But it was backed for a long time by gold, and then it moved to oil and all this kind of stuff. And now it's just print more. And this has given us the situation we are at with this AI technology. NVIDIA is a company that is just so high valued, and let's go back 10 years. NVIDIA were pretty much just a company that were like making cards for video games. It was considered, oh, you play video games, you're a fucking geek. Oh, you got your latest video card. I mean, oh, I got the latest NVIDIA chip. And people were like, what? Go away, weird gamer, right? But us gamers, we add value on that. But now this company has blown out of proportion because this data center need, to build these giant data centers to keep fueling all this constant generative stuff, which is dumbing the fuck out of people. I don't need to think about it. I mean, you remember, does anybody have one of those come to like spaghetti Jesus moments when you're at a bar and say you're does anybody go to trivia nights at bars still? Or is it just me? Remember you go to a trivia night at a bar and you have a pint, right? You have a pint and you have some nibblies, and the trivia man would roll up and you'd do music trivia, and you'd all like, hey, and you'd pick you'd enter your competition and try and test your skills. And then all of a sudden we moved to like everybody having a smartphone, and you'd see somebody in the back Googling it, right? You're like, cheater, used to love Peter. That guy's cheating. He's using Google. And even now, like even just being out with people, when you say, oh, what was that thing? Remember that thing? And in the days gone, yelling at clouds now, people would like rack their brains and go, oh, was it this or was it? And now somebody just Googles it. Well, now it's with AI. It's almost like this. You're at a quiz night, somebody finds out the answer with ChatGPT, and they write and produce a song, and by the end of the quiz, they've released it on Spotify. You think that's not real? It's very real. That's where we're at. You could do that in like 3 hours and have no musical ability whatsoever. FPC. Oh, look, last time I went to a quiz night, we were called the Piss Wombles and we came last. Yes, the Piss Wombles. I like it. You're convinced that we're doomed. Hang on. I always end these rants with something positive, right? You start off with the bad and you build up to the good, right? Oh, I'll be reaching with this one, won't I? I'll really be reaching. But like yes. So AI, is it gonna, and we were promised too with this shit. Didn't they promise us that this shit was gonna cure cancer? Haven't we? Is it? Did we get promised like this is gonna be like makes everything so much easier? And now even ChatGPT in their recent 5 update or 5.1, whatever it is, 5. I can't remember what it's up to. They have removed the ability to ask for medical advice. Because, like, how's that going for you, ChatGPT? I mean, people have fucking taken advice from ChatGPT for medicine and stuff. They're, like, taking advice on how to deal with getting rid of their ex-girlfriends and stuff and literally killing them. This shit's going on. I don't really see the benefit of all of this. I mean, to reshape our brains and make us all seem a little bit more stupid. Yeah, aren't we all? Look, I would have preferred the flying car, but listen, the logistics of a flying car is, yeah. Can you imagine us? We can't even drive on the road sensibly, right? Can you imagine flying cars pating straight into each other? How long have top-tier stars been using AI? Well, that's it. We'll talk about that soon because it's a while. It's actually a while. There's a really good video on this I watched last week where basically the head of the Grammys has just come out and said, we've been using this shit because it's the thing. It's like the internet. It's like anything that is new technology. It's actually been used way before it gets into our hands, right? You know, this ain't new shit. I'm not like, I'm a conspiracy theorist. The internet was way used, intranet, all this kind of stuff before we get it. And obviously, these people have the most money, so they're going to have the use of it first before anyone else. Watched an interview with one of the big tech bods, and he said AI will crash soon. Yeah, and the reality is, hello, Robbie Stingle and Mark Bro, and MC Like It Dark, I didn't say, and Deep Burrito, I didn't say hello as a hello. Pausing guitars, good day. So the thing is, the way, if you know how, like, I'm not a stock market expert or anything like this, but you can understand the logistics, the basics of it, right? So here's the thing. NVIDIA stocks are incredibly high at the moment. Why? Because they have a great deal of investment from pretty much 4 major companies. And you can guess who they are. You know, we're talking the OpenAIs, we're talking the Googles, we're talking the Metas and all this kind of stuff. And their AI departments are absolutely running at a fucking loss. Nobody's making money from this except NVIDIA. That is just the bottom line. And the monkey government over there in the US, it's led by a reality TV star, they are investing everything into this vaporware, right? Because when your country's run by con men, right, they jump on the latest cons. And and AI is a con. Right? That's what it is. If you can't see what's going on, I don't know what to tell you, right? Con men are going to con, and that's the way it works. And they're going to mafioso, right? And they're going to do everything they can to enrich themselves before they get pulled out of power. And we had a government here, right? In Australia, our right-wing government who got ousted a couple of years ago, the only reason they got ousted was because they were so fucking corrupt. And they'd just been busted on everything. So the country, Australia, went, you know what? We're still kind of racist and shit, but we're going to get rid of the guys who are enriching themselves because they're pretty dodgy. I don't know if America's going to ever have that clarity. I hope so. I hope they're able to see that they're living in a con job world. And, this guy here, Peter Thiel, total weirdo. They're all weirdos. And this is right. It is a gold rush, and these people are going to, I think, we all in some degree take advantage of situations, right? Hopefully the most of us, the majority of us, do this without hurting other people. But you try to take advantage of situations to better your situation. But, you would hope with some kind of fucking morals that you just try not to leave other people hurt and things damaged in your wake. But currently, psychopaths run the world, and psychopaths don't really have time to worry about the fallout and what they're going to leave behind because they're not held accountable. So this bubble is going to burst. It just is going to burst. And I don't give a fuck about SUNO. I don't give a fuck about audio or prompters. Really, I don't care. I don't go to sleep it doesn't keep me up late at night. What I do worry about is the impact of what is going to happen when all of this crashes. Because it's not going to affect making music with SUNO or me wanting to make music. That's in my blood. But it's going to affect, can I fucking even afford to live on this planet? These things are already happening, yeah? Morals are not taught in American business schools. Morals aren't taught anywhere, especially in church these days. So let's get on to the record labels. So let's move to the record. We've covered all this. We know the people in charge are cunts. We know that financially they bankroll all this stuff that has no value underneath, and it's teetering at the point of this is going to be quite catastrophic, especially when the majority of America's GDP at the moment is this AI thing. It really is. And all the companies that are buying into NVIDIA are asking for handouts from the government who are printing money with no... Can you see what I'm saying? Right? It's not really a good situation. But let's get to the generative stuff, because ultimately... generative music is shit. It just is, right? And I don't have a problem with people making it. You go ahead. I see lots of people saying stuff like, you know what? I've just always written lyrics before, and I just would love to put it to music. And I don't have the skills to do that, so it works really good for me. Well, see, let's go back a bit. Let's travel back in time to what I just said. This is this culture of, but, I just don't know how to make music, so it works for me to do this. Well, aren't you a lazy cunt, aren't you? Eh? Because that's what they're saying. They're ultimately saying, I can't be bothered learning. Why would I learn anything? What benefit would it have to me to actually, learn to do something? What a stupid concept, learning things. Well, I can just do this thing and then I'm instantly a producer. I'm a musician, right? Yay, you're one of us. I saw a meme today that made me laugh so much. I hope I can find it. It was fucking so funny. To me, it was funny anyway. Here we go. This is from the SUNO Studio Facebook group. It's in the ear, not the gear. Right? Now, that's something a fucking musician would say. Now, this chick, Elspeth Moriarty, doesn't make music. And I question, how many songs has she made with her ear? Because the last time I made music, I actually had to do some things. It wasn't just my ear. But I'm seeing right across, I'm a member of these SUNO groups, and I'll tell you why I'm a member of them. Because the cope is, the fucking comments are fucking so funny. It's about time. This is the shit that I read there. It's about time musicians got their comeuppance. They've had control of the industry far too long. What? Everybody can make music. These musicians, blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen, you fucking dumb AI photo fucking moron. I know the cope is so real for them and they just can't admit it, right? But what you're making is trained on what we fucking make. You know, the musicians. You know, your sworn enemy now. That's how they're treating it. Like, because we go, oh man, fucking, how can you do that? You know, musicians kind of look at it and go, wow, that's kind of strange, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is different, I think. Absolutely. Even boy bands sing. Sure, they got producers behind them, but they didn't. Boy bands didn't get together and scrape the internet full of other people's work and then just go, all right, there we go, that's us. But that's a whole different. It doesn't matter what I think at the end of the day. I just think it's funny. I'm not angry at AI artists. When I first did, well, Milli Vanilli's a completely different thing, dude. A completely different thing. Still recorded music by people, still made by people, just some front people, right? But look at the kickback they got. One of them killed himself, for God's sake, because of it. So different, right? And we can do the whatabouts forever, but that's not the point of this video today. So the thing is, they now, right? And I say they, us and them, I don't give a fuck, right? I'm more than happy for people to make generative music. Fucking go for it. Have a good time. And I don't go and seek people out to go and attack them. Go, man, your music's shit. I just will not support them. I will not listen to it. I don't care. And I'm quite happy living in a world of let's have robot music over here and human music over here. I'm happy with that, right? Because that shit's not going to tour. That shit doesn't interest me. It's always going to be full of artifacts. It's never going to be crystal clear like, you know, all the gear, because gear's stupid. Of course it is. And the absolute cope of like, oh, but isn't using a DAW the same thing? Isn't using reverb like you just generating a whole song from nothing? I don't know if people fucking... See, again, this is where brains, so many fucking people's brains are broken. Reverb is a natural occurring thing. It wouldn't exist if there weren't fucking canyons. Fucking bathrooms and fucking spaces and churches, right? Fuck me. It's just the level of fucking stupid is so unbelievable with humanity at the moment. And this is the thing where we're getting to with this huge settlement that's gone down with these record labels. For the longest time, I'm watching these groups, like there's a whole bunch of them signed up to, like look at SUNO Studio and not that one. See this one? This is the Music for Life charity album, full of real musicians. Right? You've got AI music creators, and they are sitting here saying, like they're saying shit like, it's about time we took back the music industry from the big labels. And they've got a good point, right? The big labels have always been the mafia. They've always controlled the industry, from back when putting jukeboxes into venues to try and scrape data back then to understand what people are listening to or to force music on people. There's all these conspiracy theories about record labels wanting failed artists shot dead and all this. But they've always tried to find a way to squeeze what they can, every fucking ounce of energy they can out of the musician and fuck them over and fuck them over and fuck them over, right? That's a given. But now these people who are sitting there saying, we're going to take back the music industry, take it back from the musicians who've had it far too. This is the shit I read on there. It's just like, what are you talking about? You're going to take back the fucking music. Music's for everybody. Fucking music's always been for everybody. This is, it's like they're starting some kind of revolution. They're like, it's for everybody now. We can all do it. Look at us. We're all having a great time. True. And I'm getting to that too as well, because let's talk about that now, even with AI art. I did an experiment on this channel for like about, what, 2 to 2.5 months. I moved all my thumbnails to using a mix of a little AI cartoon character of myself and some AI stuff, generated cartoons of myself with AI backgrounds and some real uncanny valley stuff. You can go through the last few months of my thumbnails to see what effect it would have on my videos when I'm not really changing anything else on the channel. And the stats are in, man. It damaged my fucking channel. It really damaged my fucking channel. And I think there's some people out there too who probably don't realize that using this stuff is actually doing damage, because people, they see it and they instinctively click off. And it's funny because I'd run to my point of like, all right, well, this has been fun using this brand of thumbnail for a while and mixing this stuff up. And I'm going to go take some new photos of myself and start going to the pointing stock standard YouTube thumbnails instead of the generative shit. And the views are up, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. The statistics are fucking in. So it just is what it is. Like it's joyless to make it, and it's obviously joyless to people who are consuming what you're making or not making, right? So, yeah. And these people who are generating stuff, again, I don't give a fuck, man. I think you can incorporate this kind of stuff into real music as well and use it for ideas. I've been very open about that. Yeah, I think there's room for that kind of stuff. It's the prompting from zero to go that is just shit. So, recently, well, thank you. Thank you, Robbie. The thing is, we've had these looming court cases happening. Me and Pete Johns did a rant last year where we actually, it was probably one of the most boring shows on the planet. We read through the entire lawsuits by the 4 major record labels against Udio and SUNO and tried to break it all down for you. And we made our predictions on what was going to happen. And guess what? I hate being right, but we were right. This is not about squashing AI music. This is not about squashing AI generative music. This is about what record labels have always been about. Fucking taking control and squeezing the ever fucking life out of anybody who makes music, even if it's generative. So we've had the head of the Grammys do interviews and make statements that they've been using AI to do this for the longest time. This has already been in studios for a long time. You know, those people who have taken over the industry in the States or wherever who are just producers and they make no fucking music, but they produce people. One of them's in jail at the moment. I think he's called Diddy. That's where we are. That's a producer right there. He produced a lot of shit, didn't he? Fucking a lot of perverted shit. But that's the rich and the elite. But yeah, so they've already been using this technology, and you know what? They see that. All right, here's the hard reality now. They see that there is a good amount of people on this planet who could give a fuck on the quality of the music that they're listening to, on the story, the album artwork, if it's an album. You know, some of the stuff that we oldies still give a shit about and go, that's a really nice album cover. Wow. Hey, I really would love to read the liner notes. Hey, I like buying albums. Hey, I'm interested in the artist because they tell a story and I feel like I associate with the artist and this kind of shit. But the labels have realized through Spotify dumping a whole lot of this music out there that there's a big amount of people who just don't give a shit. They don't care where it came from. If it makes them fucking dance and feel something, then it's enough. So, but in saying that, that feels really bleak. But at the same time, there still is a huge amount of people who give a fuck about musicians and the process and the communication, the feeling you get from the shared experience. So that's not changing, right? That's still there. And this is why I hope, I want this to happen. I'm excited about this. I want it to split down the middle. And I want there to be this fucking robot world of entertainment and a human world of entertainment. And you get to pick a side. That sounds fun. You know what? We probably fucking need it as a species. We need a fucking enemy. Right? You ever heard people say, oh man, imagine if aliens came? It'd probably solve all the world's problems because we'd have somebody else to focus all our shit cunt stuff on. So I'm more than happy to focus all my energy, all my negative energy on clankers. Let's go, clankers, you suck. And just be hateful towards the robots. Why not? If it can create some kind of peace amongst us, I'm down with it. And, so this lawsuit went into place and exactly what me and Pete said, and I think a lot of skeptical people thought, this isn't about like protecting us and protecting the musicians. This is about staking a claim on a new technology and owning the absolute ever-loving fuck out of it and making as much money as they fucking can. And yes, this is exactly what happened. So first, UMG settled with Udio, and boy, oh boy, did those prompting people get very upset over at Udio because all of a sudden they weren't allowed to download their songs anymore. Oh no. Oh no. All those artists that you see, and you've got to have seen them, yeah? You've got to have seen them. The artists who you go to their YouTube channel, and in the last 3 months, they've released 8 albums. You just look at it and go, fucking hell, man. 8 albums. That doesn't look sus. And I guess, for a lot of people, they don't give a fuck. It's just, keep putting out the music. Because again, it comes back to what we said at the start. People just want to consume and consume and consume and consume, and they're over with it. They consume the new album and go, well, I've heard that. I need another one now. What about listening to the one you just got a few more times? No, I need more. Thankfully, my new AI artist that I'm a huge fan of has 48 albums in the last week. But I need more. The quest for more is there. Now, this wonderful human being here. So again, with AI, there's a lot of shit I agree with AI with, right? I just released a killer song with Denise Lance, who's coming on the show very soon, who's got cerebral palsy, and she's done TEDx talks, and she has been able, through using technology like an iPad, right, to record her voice, the tone of her voice, and train one of these algorithms to make her voice, and then use tools like putting in MIDI notes into a door, and then putting in the words and using her voice to actually sing on my song that we've released together. That's the whole thing of like, AI will cure cancer. AI will do these things. That's the shit. That's where I see, that has a fucking use, doesn't it? That's like a tool. I'm actually using it to help people fucking really do things, right? And the song, we'll close with it today. You're probably sick of hearing it. The song is fucking off the tap. It's wild. It's one of the proudest songs I've ever done. And it's just mind-blowing, right? But here we are, because these artists just churn out this shit. So UMG settled with Udio. Hey, who else have I missed saying hello to? Tremor Bear and Rainfield. So, and Denise, of course, who I love so much. So UMG, they settled with Udio. And what does that mean? What does it exactly mean, this settlement? Because they were suing them for all this shit. it was never going to be a fucking, there was never going to be like a landslide win and we were all going to go, yay, thank you, the record labels. No, all they want is the fucking technology. That's, and they got it, right? So now they've got the technology. And what are they doing? They have decided, UMG, Universal Music Group, they've decided to now remove so this will be happening in 2026. They will remove all of the models that are currently running on Udio and they will replace it with their model, which includes all of their artists. And then they will go to their artists and say, hey, will you sign away your rights to allow our new company, Udio, to train stuff so we can put this out for people. They want in on it. Why? Because there's fucking millions of people subscribed to this shit. And people at Udio lost their ever fucking loving minds and they started making songs on there, right? Saying, you fucking losers. We hate you, Udio. You fucking will pay. We're taking you down. They lost their ever loving minds. They made songs about Udio. They turned on the place that they'd been making their songs. They lost the fucking plot. And it was very funny to see. You're stopping me from making music. Now I'm going to have to use your artists instead of everybody who was scraped for free. The other thing too, this is what it really makes me sick. These groups here, like, this SUNO, AI Music Creators, SUNO Universe, some of the shit these fuckwits write about copyright, they're just like, oh, fucking, how dare these musicians get so bent out of shape out of copyright? Music's for everybody. It's like, yeah. Yes, music is for everybody. But like, I don't know. Do grocery stores work like that? I know groceries, it's an old-fashioned word and I shouldn't use it because nobody knows what it means. But do grocery stores work like that? Hey, groceries are for everybody. Well, you've still got to pay for them. No, they're for everybody. I'll just take that and oh man. Like, it's very strange. Like, I'm just going to use all these amazing artists who've previously made all these songs, and I'm allowed to because fucking here we are. Everybody has this like self-righteous belief that they're owed everything. Oh, but I'm allowed to because I'm me, and I've got a Facebook page, and I post photos of my dinner, and I'm me. Do you not know about me? Me. Fucking hell, we are full of memes. That's why it's called a meme. So anyway, that happened. And then what went down after that? Well, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, Warner Brothers did the same thing with SUNO. And they are starting to lose their ever-loving minds too, because now they're not allowed to they're going to be not allowed to download the songs. I don't know if you know this, but I'll let you in on a secret. Stupid cunts over at fucking SUNO Music Universe who are all like, we're not allowed to download our songs because we're dumb shits who know nothing about technology. And I'll show you something stupid. You ready? You ready for this? We got a video over here. Here's a video. Swipe down. Oh, look, screen record. Why are you fucking idiots even paying for downloads anyway? Fucking morons. You should just be able to screen record it, shouldn't you? I mean, it's your song over at SUNO. Your song. Fuck, man, these people are so dumb. You should see them too, like all putting posts up. So which streaming service do you think is the best? Oh, man, and I love going in there I've got a fake Facebook account. I love going in there and sending them misinformation about streaming services. So hopefully they'll spend more money than what they need. I've got bad hobbies. I know it's disgusting. But I said the stupidity of it, right? I didn't use it. I didn't use it. But they are, a bit, They are a bit like that, you know. That's what I mean, right? So, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. I mean, fucking, they're stupid. They not think about stuff. Now, this is a bad place for them too, because now the music that they're making, the music that they are making is going to be retrained. So all the songs that they've made are gone. As of January, this is happening to SUNO as well. All these models are going to be gone. They're going to be replaced by, guess what? Well, guess what they're going to be replaced by? This is super interesting. They're going to be replaced by some of these amazing artists. And here's the deal, right? So these artists have to agree. They have to sign up for this. So even though they're on Warner, now remember, Warner Music is not just Warner Music. Warner Music is Atlantic. It's a whole bunch of labels. It's Atlantic UK, Warner Records, Elektra, Parlophone. Warner has Nashville divisions. So there's so many like little subdivisions. And they got artists like, I don't know, let's have a look at the list here. We've got a Boogie with the Hoodie. Ava Max. Birdie. I like Birdie. She's cool. Big Walk Dog, Arden Jones, Alex Warren, Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, they're going to be able, if he signs up, do you think Ed Sheeran's going to sign up? They've got to sign up. They've got to like agree. And with the new service, they're agreeing to have their image used as well too. So here's the rub. And I'm going to make a prediction. This whole buyout, they're all going to be very disappointed when it all goes down. This is going to turn into a remix company where you're going to be able to use these artists like what they look like, their music, and remix it into something else, kind of, sort of. Can you see what's going on here, right? Using that technology. You're not just going to be able to generate shit the way it is now, where it's just Wild West. Because everything that's Wild West gets controlled. That's the way it works. Leela, hello. Everything that's Wild West gets controlled. The internet was Wild West. Now everything's funneled into Facebook and places. I don't think this is going to turn out the way a lot of these people think. And there's going to be a revolt. And, you know, the question is, as a musician, right, if I get signed to a label, no matter if it's independent or a major label, and it all falls through, I can still just go and make music and release it myself. I can like go and buy a new guitar. If my guitar breaks, I can grab a new mic. And if I want to better my skills, I can just, I don't know, do this thing that a lot of people fucking struggle to understand. I don't know, take lessons and get better and learn things. But if this all goes tits up for them and this becomes like, you can just rebrand Mariah Carey songs with producer packs and remixes, right? What do you got to fall back on? Back to just writing poetry. Have fun. Again, I don't give a fuck, man. You do AI music. Really. The one thing I have the biggest problem with, and I've said it many times on here, it's the bullshit. It's no, I made it myself. No, I did it in GarageBand. No, you didn't. Like, you can't. Right? This meme again, if we come back to this meme, right, where it's like, here it is. Let's show this meme one more time. Elizabeth Moriarty, whatever her name is. It's in the ear, not the gear. Yeah. And you know what comes from like making music and listening to music for many, many years and learning and trying to understand music? You get a good ear. You get a good enough ear to work out that you're making fake music, right? And most of us end up deaf. So there it is. But trust me, folks, if you want to laugh, you really want to cheer up your day, because we're getting close to the end of this, head over and join one of these SUNO groups. They're very funny. They're very entertaining. I do find them, I get a lot of giggling. with all this stuff, right? SUNO in no way should be allowing this program to be used for free. It's much too valuable source for production, right? And some of the cope is just fucking... Look at this one. SUNO, this is Elizabeth Moriarty. She's a legend. She's one of the big posters here, all-star contributor. Bedroom producers. Like, man. Why? It's basically that meme is saying, why do I need to learn? I can just take a big step above all the other things, and I'm a fucking competent music. I can just cheat my way through it. Okay, that's cool. But you do realize you are saying, I'm a fucking loser who just doesn't want to do anything. Most of these guys don't even do lyrics. Yeah, they're literally churning out songs. That's it. Just the thing is, pay attention. When you see an artist and you have a suspicion, just go and look through their catalog and see how often they release full albums. It'll blow your mind. It's like, fucking hell. They release 48 albums in a year. Here we go. Seeing a lot of musicians complaining about AI artists sitting at the top of the charts and racking up streams, but some of you all had no problem replacing graphic designers and photographers for AI art the last couple of years. When it came to artwork, it feels different, doesn't it? And the cope, right? It does make me giggle. Lyrics are just poetry without music. I feel like when I read, it's her again. Look at her. I feel like just playing the violin for every one of her posts. Fucking hell. But it is going to be very entertaining as we go on, because let's not lie. The point of this is to remind you that the record labels aren't here to help you. They're not. They're here to help themselves. And me and Pete discussed this when we did the show together. And we said, hey, man, fucking... this is what it's about. They are coming together to take ownership of this technology so they can find ways to make more money. Money. Because Warner, it's the smartest thing for them to do. They were never going to try and go to court and drag this out for 8 years just to prove you scraped our content. That was never the point of this. The point was to create leverage, right, to get them in a corner, and then realizing that, just so you know, the statistics of, let's bring these statistics up here, of the listener base for SUNO is 100 million people, 100 million accounts. Do you realize how powerful that is to have 100 million accounts just owned now by Warner Brothers Music? And remember, these record labels are the same people who created Spotify. They came together to create Spotify. And you know what happens in business, right? When one part of the business gets a bit too you're a bit too big for your pants and you're making a bit too much money now. Because remember, Spotify made zero money for the longest time. It's only been the last year that Spotify have turned a profit. And why is that? Releasing AI music, doing it themselves. So you can imagine the record labels are starting to look at this and go, hang on a minute, we could get rid of Spotify. If we buy these guys, we have now 100 million people willing to pay for this subscription service, which can ultimately be a music player like Spotify that you just make music on using our content. Our remix stuff by all of our artists, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because they're in there as well if they sign over. And so, hey, what a lucrative deal. Turn around to the Red Hot Chili Peppers and go, hey, these guys are just going to remix your stuff. It's on this new platform where everybody can just stream this stuff. I don't know, man. Green Day. Who else? Ed Sheeran, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Dua Lipa. There's a lot. There's a lot of artists. Fall Out Boy, I'm just, Coldplay, Gorillaz, Lily Allen, a lot of artists. This is, and people are jumping off Spotify like rats off a sinking ship, right? So that I don't know, did anybody else get the email this week from Spotify offering 2 months for free? 2 months for free? Seems like there's problems over at Spotify. This is a major coup for the record labels. This is a complete and utter control tactic to secure all these accounts, because it's all about all these accounts who have signed up to Udio and Spotify. They are numbers. They are people who are having a good time, feeling like they're musicians and releasing stuff, and they are going to capitalize on these people and their money to keep them signed up to these subscriptions and ultimately try and be a competitor to Spotify. If you don't believe me, that's all right, because I'm probably wrong, but who knows? It's fun to like theorize this stuff. But here's the good thing, right? Music is for everybody, and it's really enjoyable to make, and it's really cool to learn to do stuff, to get better and actually produce shit and put it out, and it's fucking wicked. I'm preaching to the converted if you're watching this. It's awesome. And I'm going to finish with this song I did with Denise. You've heard it a bunch of times. It's on the Charity for Life album. You should go and get this album. Music for Life, charityusa.bandcamp.com. It's full of great musicians from this community. And it's worth it because all the money goes to kids with cancer, real kids who are struggling. This is called The Maze. Do all the things that make you happy, mistakes make you better, all that stuff. I'll dump you over at Pete Johns for Your Music Live, where he's going to continue today playing your music. This is The Maze, one of the most favorite songs I've ever been able to make. Let's go. See ya.
Through the stage, 3 words I choke on.